Hey guys, how's it going? This is log 11072018, and today we're going to talk about injuries. So maybe if you guys are following me on my Instagram, you've seen that I do a lot of martial arts and flips and a lot of very sporty stuff. And basically, the reason I wanted to talk about that is that obviously if you're going to be doing these kind of things, eventually you're going to get hurt. I've had torn ACL, partially torn rotary cuff, hernia. Like now I'm dealing with a bit of an ankle pain and fractured thumb and a few fractured ribs. Well, nothing too big, but basically it's tough. It's tough as someone who loves doing a lot of sport. It's tough to get through these moments because if you have a passion and you like to do it, then when you're hurt, you're not able to do these things, and or you have to adapt. But what people need to understand is that yes, the body ages. Yes, we are fragile as human beings, but at the same time, how can I say? Usually, if you have a positive mindset, you're able to overcome a lot of these injuries. For example, when I hurt my ACL, I was like, damn, I'm like in my mid-20s. I was doing so great in sport, and I just had like a small little accident, and I tore my ACL, and I thought, well, that's it. But far from true, Here 10 years later, I'm still flipping, I'm still kicking, I'm still doing a lot of physical exercise. I just had to get the surgery, and yeah, it was tough. It was really tough because once you get that surgery, you think, damn, like now my leg is kind of like a log, I'm not able to do anything. But the doctor had said, like, within a year you'll be fine. You'll be able to do sport, and you'll be able to do a lot of things. And yeah, at the 1 year mark, I was able to get back into the gym, and yes, it was hurting, and yes, I had to ice my knee every day I trained. But after like a year and a half total from the day of the surgery to 1 year getting back at the gym and another 6 months of training, I was able to overcome pretty much any pain in my knee. And I kind of had that same thing when I had the inguinal hernia. The doctor, of course, sometimes they want to get you back on your feet so fast, which is right. I mean, you don't want to be in bed and stuff, but they're like, oh, you'll be fine in a week or two. And I was like, okay. And even though it was not a major surgery, it still took a good, 4, 5, 6 months to feel good, and then it took another, year on top of that not to feel any pain at all. It's kind of like that, So now I'm dealing with an ankle sprain and a small little fractured rib. I feel like the rib is actually like something that is going to heal like super fast. It's already almost there, but yeah, the ankle, unfortunately, like there's not a lot of blood supplies depending on the area where you're hurt. And yeah, psychologically, for someone who loves to do all this sport and loves to shoot action scenes and do martial arts and all that stuff, it's detrimental, like especially psychologically. But you must understand that if you have a negative mindset when it comes to that kind of stuff, how do you expect to heal? I mean, right? You have to be positive about things. You have to have a positive outlook on life. And if you do, then basically you will heal. And yeah, during that time when you're injured, maybe it's important to just think about other exercises you're maybe able to stretch. Let's say if your shoulder is hurt or your rib is hurt or whatever, maybe you can just do a lot of stretching. Or if your ankles hurt, maybe I can become a specialist of handstands, or try some swords or some bow staff or some nunchucks or whatever you want to do, or even what the heck, like do some writing. It doesn't always have to do with sport, but there's always ways to get around these things, and you definitely have to be positive and have a positive outlook. Otherwise, how the hell are you going to heal, and the body's fragile, and people tend to be impatient, but yeah, time usually heals a lot of wounds, and just keep on training. And yeah, sometimes when you get back into the gym after an injury, it's gonna hurt. It's really gonna hurt, but go through it slowly, and you'll get back on your feet, because in the end, you can only motivate yourself. You're the biggest power within yourself. So if you can't believe in yourself, then who the hell is? I want to be my number one fan, and then the rest of the world can follow me if they want to. But honestly, yeah, age is just a number. Injuries are just temporary, and if something's blocking you, something's stopping you, find a way around it. Work around that injury. Create your own style, Find a way to make the best out of whatever is thrown at you, because unfortunately, the world, it's not a happy place like in the movies. You got to be strong. It's the jungle, So, yeah, if you have an injury or whatever, just get over it, Think about other ways of training. That's my point, There's always a solution to something. Just don't be depressed, because the worst thing you want to do for your healing is actually being depressed. And then find ways. Look on the internet. There's so many things like YouTube, and ask people and all that, and find ways of rehabbing your wounds. Go to a physical therapist if you can afford it, But yeah, there are ways. There's always ways to get over these things. So yeah, that was my little speech about injuries, and I hope you guys find the motivation to get back in the gym if you have an injury, and never give up. It's really your choice. Okay? Have a good day.